Howdy folks, my name's Implausible, and tonight we're talking about Dual Universe, or really I should say my Dual Universe. This is a tale of ambition, corporate avarice, the death of a dream, and a community-led renaissance. For those of you that don't know, Dual Universe is a first-person space simulation MMORPG developed by Quark and released into early access in 2019-20. It was an ambitious project that sought to provide players with an advanced voxel-based shipbuilding and continuous single-shard universe, where players can interact in real time without separate servers or loading screens. It also featured a complex system for crafting, skill development, and a player-driven economy. Essentially, it aspired to be something very similar to a first-person mesh-up between Space Engineers and EVE Online. Quark launched a successful Kickstarter campaign in 2016, raising over €560,000 to fund the project. The game entered closed alpha in 2017 and was released into early access just in time for the COVID pandemic. These were heady days for the game, with thousands of people logging in during lockdown to socialise, build, trade, and make friends. For me, it was a nightly escape, a leap off into the cosmos and into a constellation of friends. And at age 38 at the time, and yes, I'm dating myself, it was my first serious leap into social gaming. I had played EVE, but the trust no one, gank first and ask questions later mentality meant that I had played it alone. At least, hopefully, I had played it alone. But Dual Universe was different. On my second or third day, I visited another player's base to buy stuff from a shop. I crashed through the front window and catastrophically wrecked my ship. While I went and had a coffee and contemplated my life decisions, that player came out and fixed my ship. 4 years later, that guy's still my friend. A few days later, I met a person who'd run my online space life for the next year with missions, quests, requests for custom ship builds, and that guy is still my friend today. The first guy I ever delivered ore to, the person who repaired my ship, the min-max ship engineer obsessed with building highways, the sketchy as F gold merchant, the wanton artistic megalomaniacal auteur who demands perfection in all that I build in games. That dude the price gouged me on warp cells, they are amongst my best friends today. People from the USA, the Netherlands, Australia, Spain, Sweden, Ukraine, and many other countries. I've never met them, yet they are still essential to how I live my life. This foundation was provided by Dual Universe. Its wonderful sandbox, its gentle prodding into cooperation, its generous safe zones, its social mechanics, its ease of access, and its community. It had so much potential and so much opportunity for growth. But then came the dark times. Then came the Empire. Well, not quite. In its initial development and early access, Dual Universe was largely led by this guy, JC, a wonderfully engaged and ambitious but hopelessly naive creative director. The JC-led Dual Universe was beset by technical delays, quirky implementation, and poorly optimized performance, but it had heart and soul. More fatally, it lacked a firm vision for gameplay loops, and the commodification of those gameplay loops, and indeed a long-term value proposition to attract and retain a broad base of players. The net result for this subscription-funded game, it struggled to retain players. Ultimately, this appears to have made key financial backers of the game nervous enough to stage a coup against JC. In 2000, I believe it was 2021, please correct me on that if I'm wrong, he was removed from his role as creative director, and in practical terms, not replaced, and removed from his role as CEO of Quark. Dual Universe's creative vision withered on the vine. While there are a few more content updates and numerous balance passes, Overall, enhancing the experience was replaced with economizing the experience, reducing the cost it took to run the game. Subsurfaced, physicalized mining was largely removed and replaced with a grind, time-based auto-mining system. The beta, which had really been an alpha, was hastily finished and rolled towards a full release launch, and then a Steam release. And a full wipe of the persistent MMO was rolled out in 2022, I want to say, deleting years of hard work by the community. This catastrophically demolished the engagement of the player base and fouled the sentiment towards the game. While the game enjoyed a short renaissance, driven by those wanting to shape the virgin new world, the full release was a shadow of the halcyon days of early 2020. This was further exacerbated by the slowing of development and an obvious move towards maintenance mode. Kickstarter pledges were quickly prioritized and delivered, and long-term subscriptions were removed from the game, replaced by month-to-month subs. The death of Dual Universe was clearly near. But then, something unexpected happened. Novaquark released MyDU, a player-hosted version of the game. One where, for one-off payment, players could set up their own server and either play alone in a creative mode or in a community of friends. More importantly, it gave players access to the back end of the game and an opportunity to mod it into something better than it was originally. Today the game seems to be enjoying its second renaissance. Physicalized mining can and has been returned to the game. Modding has enabled the introduction of critical PvE content like NPCs, expanded missions, and mobs to fight. Asteroid mining can be enhanced with more ore, bigger asteroids, and better places. Planets removed at the full release have been returned. The grind can be reduced and modified to meet players' needs. And astonishingly, long-lost players have started to filter back into the game, like the long-lost prodigal children, to bring back their creativity like beacons in the night. As the MMO continues to heartbreakingly lurch into obscurity, we now have hope for a fevered dream. Instead of the virgin world being settled en masse, we have islands of community coming to life. Is it enough? Well, for now, certainly. Enough to salve the pain of Paradise Lost. Enough for us to continue to build those beautiful relationships that sustain us. And perhaps enough in a post-COVID world where I can't play MMOs as much as I could then. My Dual Universe is a gift. It's an opportunity to once more jump off into the cosmos with my friends. To build, pilot, and to mine. And an opportunity to grieve what could have been with the MMO. Above all, with the right crowd, it's still a damn good time and worth the investment. If you love space games, please check it out. Find one of those islands in the night and live a fantastical dream for a little while longer at least. I know I will be. Good night, internet people. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you out there in the black.